allowing yourself to kind of come into this time, this space, giving yourself permission to let go. Let go of anything that's not serving you right now, right here. It'll all be there later. You deserve this time. Just take a breath. And then I invite you to bring your awareness into your physical body. So tune into your connection into the earth. Maybe you feel, certain places on your feet touching the floor, certain places on your legs, your glutes. Just allowing yourself to connect, to anchor down. And then imagine where your torso is in space. So not looking at it, checking in. Are you leaning to one side or forward or back? There's not a wrong answer. I want you to just try to find your torso in space. And then see if you can't bring your shoulders right above your hips. All, with your proprioception, trying to internalize where you are. And then feel that tailbone anchoring down. Again, to lengthen up one vertebrae at a time. Reaching tall through the crown of your head, gently contracting your shoulder blades down your back. Pull your navel into your spine and activate that Mula Bandha, that Kegel. Right? Lift your pelvic floor muscles. Well, that strength that you just brought into your body may be very different from where you started. And on your inhale, bring the palms of your hands together, lift your thumbs to your heart. Taking a moment here to set that intention for yourself. It can be for this class, it can be for this day, this week. Just kind of setting yourself up. I like to choose a how. How I'm going to live the day rather than what, but it's completely up to you. Set that intention. When you're ready, gently let that chin bow towards your chest. Take a moment, let your eyes open, adjusting to the light. And then on our inhale, we'll reach those arms up overhead, interlace the fingers, and reach the palms towards the sky. Feel that stretch. Try to gaze straight ahead. Think about pulling down through your tailbone, lifting up through the crown of your head. And see if you can gently pull those arms slightly back behind you a little more. Opening the chest and then maybe glance up, lifting the heart. Feel that strength through your back. It's almost as if you're trying to lift yourself up off the ground. Take an inhale. On your exhale, release those hands, interlace your fingers behind you. Pull your knuckles to the ground. Roll those shoulder blades back and down. A little deeper chest opening right there. Beautiful. Nice stretch. And release. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. You just place your heels on the ground. Gently lean back onto your hands and just rock those hips side to side. Just going to start to loosen up our hips here. Nice. Just keep rocking them side to side. Bring it into some deeper hip poses here in a bit. So just kind of loosening up the hips. And again, I'm just going to turn sideways for our next pose coming up. And then we're going to steady those feet center. Start to lift the chest nice and tall. Maybe raise the arms just slightly kind of out in front of your gaze. From here, hinge back at the hips. Hinge back at the hips. Keep that torso up. And then let's see if we can lift one leg. And place it down, try the other. And place it down, try both. Right there. Flex the feet. Nice and strong right here in the boat. Maybe point the toes, straighten the legs if you can. You got it right there. Take an inhale. On our exhale, give yourself a nice big hug. Pull that belly into your spine. Roll yourself down to the ground. And then lower the feet to the ground. Let your hands come at your side. You're going to roll up into bridge. So one vertebrae at a time. I want you to lift the tailbone. So when you lift the tailbone, you're implanting your low lumbar spine into the earth. And then one vertebrae at a time. Squeeze your glutes. Try to lift up one vertebra at a time, really articulating the spine here. Try not to lift the vertebrae above it until the vertebrae below it has lifted. And then just see how far you can come up. You'll feel your neck slightly flatten, the natural curvature in your neck slightly flatten. Then gently squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Squeeze the glutes nice and strong right here. Now, if you're feeling okay here, we're going to take our arms, begin to reach them up towards the sky and reach them back overhead. As we come down, we're going to articulate on the way down. So pull that belly button in. Try to roll one vertebrae down at a time. Keep those arms up overhead. Nice. Try not to let that tailbone lower till the very end. Beautiful. From here, we're going to try to roll up. So we're going to lift and curl our chin in towards our chest and slowly start to roll up. Use your hands if you need to. Coming all the way up into seated. Take those ankles, cross them, plant your hands on the ground and come on up into all fours. Nicely done, my friends. Let's take some cat-cows. Just release that spine. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. This should just feel kind of nice. We started off strong with some core work. Stretching out that spine. One more time, round it up through that count. And then come on down into just kind of neutral spine here. We'll take our left arm. We're going to inhale, reach the left arm up high. Maybe look up at that left thumb. And on the exhale, bring that left arm down underneath the right as we come into thread the needle. Walk this right arm forward, stretching through the shoulder joint. And we're just going to take it right here today. There's lots of things we could do. This is where we're coming today. Just get a nice stretch there in the shoulder joint. Take the inhale. As you exhale, we'll slide this right hand back down so the wrist is underneath our shoulder. Press up, come back up to all fours. Inhale, we'll reach that right arm up. Look up at your right thumb. Big stretch through the right rib cage. And on an exhale, thread it under. Slide that left hand forward, inch those fingers forward. Feel that stretch through the armpit area. Couple of breaths here. Taking one more inhale as you exhale, slide that wrist down so it comes under the shoulder. Push up to all fours. And from here, we're just going to step back into a child's pose, walking both arms forward. Stretching through those shoulders. So we're really kind of working on our shoulder joints and our hip joints this evening. Right here on our shoulder joints. Think about making the spine long. So press your tailbone one direction. Gently pull the crown of the head forward, but keep those shoulders pulling down the spine. Then from here, maybe begin to lift the palms of the hands up off the ground. Lifting up at the elbows, bringing the palms of the hands together and reaching those thumbs to the base of your neck. So if you're not sure what's going on, you're more than welcome to look. I'm reaching the thumbs to the base of my neck. I'm pressing back towards my tricep. Give a nice little tricep stretch here, as well as around the shoulders. This prayer pose on my neck. Nice. Take an inhale. As we exhale, release. We'll crawl those fingers back forward again. Inhale, pull the navel into your spine. Start to come up towards all fours. Find those toes, curl them under. Pull that navel into the spine and slowly make your way up into your first downward facing dog. Nice job. Once you get up there, enjoy this down dog. Take that dog for a walk, alternating lifting and lowering your heels, pedaling out your feet. And really work to roll up onto your toes. If you have some tightness in your feet, stretching out through the bottom. Excellent. Nice. One more times there. And then lift both heels, bend your knees. Maybe step your feet about hip width apart if they're not already. And then press your chest back towards your quads. So my heels are lifted, my feet are bent. I'm really pressing back into this crouching tiger. I'm gazing towards my thumbs and I'm feeling all that stretch right in my armpits. I'm feeling some work in my legs. Nice, right there. From here, try to hold onto the position of the arms. Start to straighten the knees. Let your ears come between your biceps and slowly lower your heels down to the ground. Think about driving that tailbone a little higher to the sky as you pull the crown of the head down towards your thumbs. Downward facing dog. On our inhale, we'll bend the knees, which will lift the heels. Gaze towards your thumbs and walk those feet forward. Nice. On your exhale, allow yourself to just relax through your upper body here, hanging. Nice. Couple of breaths here. Feel that stretch down the back of the legs. And just be light and loose ragdoll in the upper body. Then on our inhale, we'll bend the knees. We'll lift that chest halfway. From here, we're going to bend those knees a little bit more. Bring those glutes down towards our knees. Nice and strong. Bring your hands onto your hips and just lift the chest. So we're down here in this chair position. And then if you will, bring those arms up by your ears. Nice, strong chair right here. We're going to rise it up and we're going to sink it back down. Couple of times. Inhale, rise it up nice and slowly. Exhale, sink it back down. Just challenging how low you can go. 2 more times. Rise it up. Sink it down nice and strong through those legs. Rise it up. Exhale, sink it down and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Beautiful, right there. And then we're going to rise it up one more time. Release those arms to our sides. And we're going to just take a little march, hugging these knees in. Beautiful. So just alternate side to side. Give those knees a hug. Remember, we're working those hips today. You got it right there. Beautiful. Now, the next time that you hug your right knee in, I want you to pause there. So hug that right knee in and hold it. Playing with a little balance. If you're like me, I'm wobbling everywhere today. Try to find a focal point. Now we're going to bring our hands onto our hamstring and gently straighten that right leg, flex the foot. A little bit of balance work right there. Try to look right at a focal point. Beautiful, beautiful. From here, we're going to bend this right knee back. We're going to step it back behind us coming into our lunge. Beautiful. Sink down low in that lunge. Press through that back right heel, really stretching and opening through the front of the hip. Opening through that hip flexor. Pull the spine down the back, pull the core in. Take an inhale. On our exhale, lean forward as if you're trying to reach something way out in front of you. And holding your body where it is, release those arms, palms down. Pull the fingers long behind you. Airplane lunge. Beautiful right there. Gorgeous. On our inhale, we'll start to swoop those arms up. And on our exhale, we're going to open towards the right side. We're in star position. Toes turned out, heels turned in. We're getting into those hips a little deeper. Begin to squat down. Goddess pose. All right, if you need to move around, sway around up and down a little bit here, go for it. You just kind of get into those hips. Navel in, chest open. Gorgeous, beautiful. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you bring those hands right onto those hip creases and just start to rock side to side. Nice. As you're rocking side to side, maybe you start to drop that chest in front of you. Nice, long, straight chest. Maybe you can place those hands all the way down on the ground if you can. Nice. When you rock towards that right leg, hold it there. Feel that stretch through that inner thigh. Beautiful. Rock it over towards that left leg, hold it there. Feel that stretch through that inner thigh. Nice. Come back center. And we're going to slowly start to lower that crown of the head towards the ground. So nice and long spine, toes are still turned out, knees are a little bit soft. Wide leg forward fold. Bend your knees a little bit to support that as needed. Try to make your spine as long as you can.
Nice. Shift that weight in the feet so it's equal in the heels and the ball of the feet. You tend to really want to press into the ball here. On our inhale, we're going to lift that chest halfway. We're going to take a big walk in with our toes. So big step in with our toes, and then a big step in with our heels. So now our heels are maybe 2 feet apart. We're going to begin to wiggle our way down to the ground right here, getting deeper into those thighs, those hips. As we work our way towards Malasana, take your time, wiggle it around. If you're feeling it, start to find that steadiness right here. Bring the palms of the hands together into Malasana. Beautiful. Now, if this is too much on your hips, you can come back to that goddess pose. That was where we were up high, arms in goal post. Nice work. Yeah, because this is some deep hip work. Beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. From here, plant those hands on the ground. Begin to lift up. We're going to walk those hands towards that front left leg. Step back. You're into downward facing dog. We're going to work all that through the other side. So on our inhale, bend the knees, shift the gaze, walk those feet up to your hands. Exhale for a moment in ragdoll. Allow that upper body to just hang. Your breaths here. Then on your inhale, slight bend of the knees, lift that chest halfway. We're going to sink those glutes down even lower. This time we're going to raise those arms all the way up by your ears right here in the chair. Beautiful. When we come up, we're going to bring that left knee up, hug the left knee in. So right here, find the balance. A little bit of balance work. Flexing that left foot. I know I lose my hip here. It's okay. Then we'll reach for that hamstring. Start to extend that left leg out long. So this is like some prep for hand to big toe. Lots and lots of work here. We're going to bend that left knee. We're going to step back into lunge. Nice. Trying to sink down into that back left leg. Press that left heel back behind you. Feel that opening down that left hip flexor. Shoulders down the back, core pulled in. Take the inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Testing that strength, testing that balance. Holding right here, swoop those arms nice and long behind you. Let the palms come up. Pull the fingers away from the ears, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful right here. And on our inhale, we'll swoop that up. On our exhale, we'll turn to the left and star. I'm going to turn around so I'm facing you. Beautiful right here in our star. We're going to sink down into goddess. Maybe this time you can come a little bit lower. Feel free to kind of wiggle it around a bit. Right, loosening up. Nice. Bring those hands onto the hips. Start to sway a little more. Getting a little lower. Maybe bringing those hands to the ground. Right, we've been here before. We're just giving it a second time. Loosen up into those hips. We're going to hold this time though. So as you rock over to that right foot, and you start to let the left foot come up. Okay, so left heel is down, left foot is up. Walk those hands a little bit to the right side. I know I'm probably not mirroring you here. And then if you can, maybe bring those hands to your heart. A little balance right there. Beautiful. Oh, I'm like wobbling all over the place. Gorgeous. Let's see if we can take it over to the other side and try it. Rock towards that left foot. Let that right heel come down. Right toes come up. Always keep your hands on the ground here. We can try to lift them. Beautiful. Now, if you can have this left heel flat, right? Or you can be up on the ball of the foot, whatever kind of feels best to you. I'm giving you choice here today. Gorgeous. Then let's come center. This time we're going to come into this half fold, and I want you to take your toes and aim your toes in towards each other. So your heels are a little wider than your toes. Then start to straight fold at those hips, allowing the crown of the head to come down to the ground. Feeling that deeper stretch down that outer ankle, outer thigh. Check into your feet. Where is the weight? You want to try to evenly equal it between ball and heel. Maybe using those toes to grip into the ground a little. Nice, wide leg forward fold. And on our inhale, we'll gently lift our head. We're gonna take one big swoop of our heels in together. Drop back down to Malasana. You might find you get there a little quicker this time, but take the time you need. And we're gonna get a little twisty here in Malasana this time. So taking your left hand, I'll mirror you here. Left hand, bring it a little bit center between you. And then open that right arm up, letting your left elbow bend slightly into that left knee. Reach tall. Pull tall through your torso and reach that arm up, gaze at that thumb. Beautiful. Take an inhale, we'll exhale, come center. Put the right hand where the left hand was. Let that right elbow gently press into that right inner thigh. Make the spine long. Hold distance from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Gazing up that left thumb. Nice. Take the inhale. On the exhale, come center. Press up to standing. Walk your hands towards your front right foot. Step back into plank. We've made it to a plank, my friends. Take a moment here. Feel that strength in plank. Pull the crown of the head forward. Press those heels one direction. Crown of the head the opposite direction. Pull that navel into the spine nice and strong. Take an inhale. You can drop your knees or leave them up. Exhale, chaturanga down, all the way down. Inhale, reach up through cobra. Squeeze the glutes, pull strong through the front of your body. Nice, hold here. Maybe rock your hips side to side. That usually feels pretty good right into those hip flexors. Nice. So one more little pass through some balance work. Even yourself out. Pull that navel into your spine. Tuck your toes under. Press back downward. Drive those heels towards the ground. Tailbone towards the sky. Nice long body. And on our inhale, bend the knees, shift the gaze, walk the feet forward. Exhale into that forward fold. And then we're going to come into that chair as we rise up. All right, we're going to take our right leg up with us. We've been here. Bring that right knee up. And then bring that right knee out to the side, bringing that right foot either into the quad, into the calf, or big toe can tap on the ground. Allow those arms to spread a little bit more into tree. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. From here, we're going to drop those arms at our side, drop our legs, step back down into our chair. And come up with our left leg up. Nice. Swing that left leg out to your left. Bring that foot into your inner thigh. I'll turn and face you. Your calf, your inner thigh. Let those arms spread. Beautiful. A little more balance work right here. Gorgeous. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let those arms swoop down. Inhale into that chair one more time. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift that chest halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank. Crown of the head one way, heels the other. Nice strong plank right here. Pull that navel into the spine. So if you can look and see yourself in your screen, I just caught myself doing this. That's not very pretty. My back is sagging. I want to pull my belly in. Make my spine nice and long. Take an inhale. On your exhale, hug those elbows to your ribs, lower all the way down. And inhale, pull through to cobra, squeeze the glutes, pull the shoulders down the back, make that spine nice and long. Excellent, right there. Beautiful, hold it here. Taking a few breaths, stretching the front of the body. Nice. On our inhale, pull the navel to the spine, come on up to your knees, walk those hands back to your knees, and rise on up to your knees. Right here, we're gonna play with camel. A little more chest opening, bringing those palms of your hands. I like to kind of take my thumbs right into outside the SI joint and let my fingers spread over my glutes to start. So I have that support right there on my low back. I'm going to press the hips forward Start to open the chest, but keep that chin slightly tucked. So I don't want to just let that neck lose control. Think about pulling the shoulder blades and the elbows towards each other. Squeeze the glutes, pull the navel into the spine. If you wanted to take this camel further, you could reach down for your heels. Coming into full camel. Big chest opener. And then as we're going to counter stretch all this on the ground here in just a moment. Take an inhale. So come out of it, if the hands are on your heels, bring the hands back up to your low back. Pull the belly button towards your spine to raise yourself up. Beautiful. Drop those hands down to the ground. Cross your ankles. Have a seat. Swing those legs out in front of you. Big inhale, arms up, Dandasana. Reach tall, nice and strong. On your exhale, reach forward like we did in that warrior, that lunge position. Reach, reach, reach. Lengthen that spine. And then slowly let it start to round. Maybe your hands can be your feet or your shins or the floor. And let that forehead relax its way down towards your shins. Into Paschimottanasana. Forward fold. Big counter stretch of camel. As we begin our inhale, we'll let the gaze start to come up. So gaze right out over your toes, lengthening the spine again. Just walk your hands off your legs. We're going to scoot our glutes up to meet our heels. Give yourself a nice big hug here. And then from here, you have a couple of options. So if you're sticking around for yin, you may decide that you just want to take kind of a 45, 60-second break here, get some water, do what you need to do. If this is the end of the road for you with me, I definitely invite you to roll down onto your back and give yourself a bit of a shavasana. If you're doing yin, we're going to do this again at the end of yin. So you might would rather take a minute here and just get some water, take care of any needs that you have, and then you will get your shavasana at the end of yin. And if you are just coming in, starting to join us for yin, welcome. We will be officially starting yin in about 40 seconds. So welcome, welcome everybody. So feel free to enjoy. And you can do shavasana twice, so it doesn't mean you can't take shavasana if you're staying for yin as well. But I did want to give you that chance to maybe just get some water,